Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 3 of our 10-year special of IPN Podcast and Movie Guys Podcast, and I don't know what to call the whole thing, but anyway, tonight, I am Jordan, and I'm joined here with Max. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good.
And I'm also joined here with Chad.
Hello.
And all the way from Gainesville, Florida, you all knew him from Podpast as Best Friend Ryan.
Hello, everybody.
There he goes. He's going to do a send-off at the end of the show, too. That was kind of his thing. Because when we did our Podpast show, he was Best Friend Ryan, and we had Brother Brandon. And Brandon would always start off with something goofy. Like one time he did Macho Man for like 10 seconds for no reason.
He just pretended to be the Macho Man?
Yeah. I think we did a wrestling show. Is that right?
Oh.
I mean, that sounds right. We did do an Attitude Era. Or no, Monday Night Wars episode.
Of course we did. So anyway, you are here. Everybody listening to the Movie Guys Verse. Yes, we call you the Movie Guys Verse. You know that. And Ryan and Chad find that hilarious. And we are doing part 3 of our 10-year special here tonight. And we're going to talk about, again, a little bit of IPN Podcast. Moving into another show that we did back in the day called You Hate It, We Love It. And then we're going to end tonight's little episode with a show that we did for about a year and a half, I believe, and it was called The Projection List, which it was us 4 that did the projection list, if I'm correct. We had a special guest host here and there, but that's where we started off. So since you guys heard from Chad and Max last episode in episode 2, tonight let's know a little bit about Best Friend Ryan here. Ryan, how did you get involved with IPN Podcasts and get to know us?
Well, it all started back in the twilight days of 2010 when I was doing a project for one of my classes at Toledo, University of Toledo, where I did a documentary about a small local film company called Eye-Open Pictures, and that blossomed into a friendship that has lasted to this day. I recorded you guys part of the documentary, a little short documentary I had to make. You guys were doing a podcast about Child's Play, I do believe. And
I think so.
Yeah. And like we kind of like by that point we had kind of developed our little rapport and our friendship and stuff. So you guys had invited me to take part in some episodes, but honestly I don't remember exactly which episodes I was a part of. I remember more like You Hate It, We Love It and the projection list because I was more involved in picking the movies for those, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I think I might have been there for a comic. Oh no, I was there for Batman 66. I remember that because I slapped Tugboat in the face.
On air, yes, because you went down with us to Paducah, Kentucky to premiere a film.
Yeah.
We talked about that with Max and Chad. We talked about that on the previous episode about how still to this day, I don't think you've ever given me the look of approval like you did that day when I said "Game over, man" to the mayor, Bill Paxton.
I didn't think you'd do it. I didn't think you had the intestinal fortitude to utter those words.
You didn't. No, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And still to this day, you have never given me that look of "Well done."
Yep, not even when I saw your child for the first time.
No, yeah, not even that. You're like, no Bill Paxton.
Nope.
Bill Paxton. So you brought up something that the audience is going to listen to in the 4th segment of our show here, of this 10-year special. But you probably don't remember this, Chad. I don't know if I'm going to have you remember this, Max. You weren't here for this one, but when Ryan was there for the Child's Play IPN Podcast episode, this is when Ed was around, and Ed being Italian. A full-blooded Italian-American.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
Had a verbal fight with a fellow partnered studio where one of the guys was Irish. Full-blown Irish. A lot of racial slurs were said during that. Do you guys remember that?
I do. I do, unfortunately. I do.
That's the first time I've heard anyone actually use the term WAP.
Yeah, which I didn't know what that
was.
was.
In the movie.
I had no idea what that was. I asked Ed years later. I was like, "What does that mean?" And he told me. I was like, "Oh, because the Irish guy called Ed a wop, and Ed called the Italian guy a Mick. I'm sorry, Ed called the Irish guy a Mick, which I guess Mick is a bad word. But
yeah, it's Max, you laughing?
Because it's funny. It was. I mean, poor Ryan. Ryan comes in to do a little documentary about. I believe it was Chad's film, the Black Cat, for our Edgar Allan Poe series. And
well, I mean, I recorded part of that for the project. So I was trying to get a wide breadth of usable footage.
Okay, got to give a wide scope of what we did.
Yeah.
And
it just so happened that he came around when we started that.
And this poor guy, Ryan, is video recording us doing a show, me allowing people to smoke cigarettes in an office, us getting absolutely drunk, and I have a drunk Italian and a drunk Irish guy just going at it instead of talking about child's play. Beautiful days that iPhone podcast. That actually was a standard, I would argue.
I wouldn't call racial slurs a standard.
It wasn't a racial standard. I'm just saying, just us getting together and just. I mean, Chad, you said last episode that you just love to piss me off because it was fun.
Well, yeah. No, one of the best parts about doing the podcast was finding a way to piss you off. But I didn't do it by saying racial slurs.
I didn't say you did. I'm just tomato. I'm just okay. Anyway.
One of my favorite little bits in that little short documentary, because I do like this. There's a shot where it just pivots across as everyone's talking like individually during the podcast, and you guys had this button, like this red button. It had some catchphrase, but I can't remember what the catchphrase was for or from. But every time somebody made like a joke or said something that could be construed as sexual or just like the word balls or something, Husky would hit the button.
It was not a button. It was not a button. It was a bell. I hated that.
Yeah, I remember the bell.
It was a silver chime, like a bell, like a teacher would have on her desk, and you just hit it, and it ding. Oh, it annoyed the shit out of me.
And one of my favorite parts is when Jordan's on camera at that point, he's just trying to get through his bit where he's talking about the plot of the movie, and like he's trying to, but he's not looking at anybody because he knows he's going to get mad if he does, and he's like kind of sighing a little bit to himself because he's resigned to his fate. It's actually, I mean, it makes me chuckle every time I see it.
Is that the theme of this 10-year special? How pissed off can we get, Jordan?
I mean, it was fun. It was really fun and sometimes really easy to do it. And, yeah.
I guess I get pissed off too easily.
Well, it's just because you'd have like a set plan and all you really had to do was divert you from your set plan and you would get angry. Yeah. And then as soon as you got like a little, but the best part was that you never like showed that you were angry or you would admit that you were angry. You just kind of your movement sped up and you looked like, I'm not mad. I'm fine. But you knew you were angry. And that was the best part.
I remember you always called me out when I bit my bottom lip. Then you knew I was good.
Yep.
Oh. So Ryan, besides Child's Play, because we never talked about Child's Play during our segment of our part 2 segment, was there any other iPhone podcast episodes or Comic Cast or Morningwood or Bulls on Parade or any of those other shows that we did that you remember an episode doing? Or
well, I did an episode of Bulls on Parade. I remember that, but I don't remember what we talked about. I remember Chad. We were like, because I can't remember. I know I was one of them. But I can't remember if Zach. Because I don't know if you guys are using nicknames. I remember it was Zach was there, or if it was Eric, who like we were being assholes and saying stupid shit, like just to be the counterpoint. But Chad he started getting mad because there was a topic about, well, not mad, but he started getting a little like slightly perturbed because there was a topic and that was very serious. I think it had to do with like gun violence or a child died or something, and all of us were being very flippant about it, and that really got Chad to like get a little angry, and he just went around the table and cut us all down. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's very standard in Chad fashion there, right, Max? Very standard.
What are you asking?
About Chad just going around the table and just tearing people down.
I think he should do it right now.
I should do it right now.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I can't do it now.
He's not. He's not in the mood yet. He's not drinking Buckeye beer yet.
I never. I mean, I drank it, but I never drank it when we were doing podcasts.
Listen, now that's the thing. I want to talk about Buckeye beer just for 1 second here. I saw a 6-pack of Buckeye beer at my local Kroger here recently, and I almost bought it. And my wife said, "You do remember that beer was not good, right?" Ryan, Max, Chad, did you guys ever remember that beer? Did you guys like that beer?
It was like one of my preferred beers, honestly. Like, I thought it tasted less disgusting than a lot of other beers.
Yeah, Max. I mean, Max doesn't like fucking beer. Like, Max typically doesn't like beer in general, except for apparently now porters and stouts.
Yeah, I like beer now because I found out that stout exists. It's is good.
And he's been drinking those every night. He drinks one every night.
Is there a favorite stout in the Max Castleman refrigerator that he loves?
I just tried Edmund Fitzgerald for the first time. That was really good. I also have what's it called? Like the Java Man Cometh? Is that what it's called?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a Dayton beer. Yeah.
Beer snob beers. Gotcha. Beer snob beers. That's what I call them, right, Ryan?
Do what now?
Beer snob beers. That's what I call them.
Oh yeah, well during the pod. Okay, so I know you guys probably never listened to a podcast episode, Max and Chad. There was this episode where it had nothing to do with it, but we started out this way because Jordan had a point to prove, and he wanted to prove that all beer is beer, no matter what kind, no matter if it's light, regular. If it's flavored with lemon, doesn't matter. Or if it's like high class, natural light, it does not matter. Beer tastes like beer. And what he did was, he set them all out about 30 minutes before we started. and then he poured them, and then he went on for another 15 minutes talking and doing his intro because he wanted me and Brandon to do a taste test. But by the time we got to it,
blind taste test.
Yeah, blind taste test. But by the time we got to it, all the beer was piss warm, and it tasted the same. It just tastes like piss warm beer.
Yeah.
So then I was right.
You were not right.
You manipulated the system to your advantage. I applaud you, but no, you were not correct.
Do you remember some of the beers that I had you try?
There was Bud Ice, Natural Light, Bud Light, Miller Light, Coors Light. I don't know if there was an MGD in there.
They're all shitty.
Yeah, you basically just got a bunch of shit beers and was like, see if there's a difference between all of these shitty beers. And
yeah, all those beers do taste the same.
All the beers that I drink. Right now I'm drinking a Milwaukee's Best Light right now myself.
Oh, God.
But as me and Brandon argued in that episode, your taste buds from smoking cigarettes nonstop for, 20, 15 years has dulled your senses, and everything just tastes the same now.
Yeah, pretty much.
We could go on about beer.
Also, you just drink shit beer. You just drink you drink the stuff that you drink basically when you're 16, or if you're a fucking redneck. Are you a fucking redneck, Jordan?
Well, first of all, I think about it this way. Right now I'm drinking Milwaukee's Best Light. My favorite beer has been and always will be as, Ryan, do you know?
It's fucking
It's
cool.
it's MGD, right? It's Champion of Beers.
No, it's not.
I remember one time you went on a long rant about MGD.
It's the cream Coors, isn't it?
Well, it's Coors Light. Coors Light's my favorite beer. But the reason why I bought Milwaukee's Best is because 30-pack for $13.
Exactly. If you're 16 or a redneck.
And it's made by Miller Brewing Company, and it's Miller Lite, just with a different label on the can. It's the same shit.
And Miller Lite sucks also, so...
Kind of doesn't, but anyway. I would actually love to sit here and have a whole hour and a half discussion about beer with you guys, but we got to do other stuff, because I really, truly would. Because, God, beer and me are just... peanut butter and jellyfish sandwich there, right?
You're like a fat guy. You're like a fat guy who got fat eating like SpaghettiOs. That's basically what you are.
Nice. Fat guy eating SpaghettiOs. That's great.
Yeah.
Wait a minute,
You're just I have no taste, but I love these fucking SpaghettiOs. They're cheap as shit.
Is it the SpaghettiOs with the meatballs? Because that's the best kind.
It doesn't matter because you don't have any taste.
It doesn't matter. Don't have no taste. You would think with a year and a half now without smoking. No, a year without smoking, and my taste buds will come back. But I guess according to Ryan, everybody else they hasn't. So, but anyway, so Ryan comes in. We do iPhone podcast. We had a whole segment with Max and Chad. This last episode about iPhone podcast. But let's get into another show that we did that I'm sure Ryan and Max and Chad do have a lot to say about. I don't know why we stopped. But it was a show called You Hate It, We Love It. Now, who came up with this idea? Was this Chad? Was this your idea to do the show?
I guess, yeah, technically. I mean, it was the show that I think I pitched, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, unless I'm remembering it wrong.
I thought it was you, so let's just, for the sake of argument, let's just rewrite history, if it's not true, and just say it was you, because I thought it was you. And,
it was me.
And tell everybody real quick, what is the basic idea of You Hate It, We Love It?
All right. Well, basically, the concept of the show was to take a movie that either everybody hates or was like critically panned, or some movie that is just not popular in one way or another, and to watch it all together and make the argument that hey, it deserves credit. It's a good movie. I enjoy it. Maybe it's not a good movie, but at least I enjoy it. So that was basically the idea.
So every episode, a host got to pick a movie that they love, kind of like a guilty pleasure kind of movie that they really think is awesome. Everybody thinks it sucks. And then so you got one host that loves it, and the other hosts are kind of like, you're wrong. And then it's a big debate on the opinions of the movie's good or not, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, and as I remember, most of the people usually agreed that the movie was at least good. The only one that I remember where we disagreed on was the fucking Postman, and
which I know Ryan wasn't talking. It was me and Ryan was talking about it. I know he does.
Well, I mean, I think I've said everything that I could say about the Postman has been said before. It is just a 3-hour jerk-off session from Kevin Costner, and the fact that anyone other than Kevin Costner likes that movie astounds me.
I mean, I think it's a fun little post-apocalyptic movie. That's why
it could have been fun if it wasn't 3 fucking hours long.
That's how I felt about Aquaman, but hey, people like Aquaman. It was fine.
I like Aquaman.
2.5 hours. Thought it was too long, but.
Wait, Postman's 3 fucking hours, and there is a scene dedicated to Tom Petty maybe actually being the real Tom Petty.
You guys are bitching about Titanic being 3 hours.
I don't like Titanic.
What?
Yeah, I don't like that movie.
Okay,
it's fine.
How about this? I will make an argument for Titanic before we go on Postman, and I know all 3 of you will disagree with me. I feel possibly Titanic could be the best movie ever made.
Jesus Christ.
I think we've heard this argument before, because I think your argument is that it fulfills everybody's niche genre likes.
Yes.
Like it's a big action blockbuster. It's a romance. It's got comedy and there's mystery and stuff involved.
Thriller, horror.
But you're wrong.
Wait, there's horror?
Well, like the horror of death. People dying, like when people were falling off the ship and hitting their propellers.
Every action movie has the horror of death.
Exactly.
This is the same argument that Simon Pegg's character uses in, like, what's the name of that movie? Like, How to Lose Friends and Alienate People? But he uses Con Air. You're just taking Simon Pegg's fucking argument from that movie and applying it to Titanic. Yeah, it's literally the same argument.
I'm not really a Simon Pegg fan, so I've never even seen or heard of that movie.
I'll tell you what, too. I like Con Air way more than Titanic.
Yes.
So I am wrong in this theory that Titanic is the best film of all time because it has everything that a moviegoer wants. You guys say I'm wrong on this?
There is no best film of all time.
I mean, there's no best. Yeah. What Max? There's no best film of all time, but also meeting everybody's expectations does not make something good.
I mean, like 11 Oscars. That means something, right?
I mean, I think you've zeroed in on why it's the top grossing movie of all time. Definitely.
Also, Ben-Hur and fucking Return of the King have more Oscars. And I like Return of the King, but I don't expect anybody else to think it's the best movie of all time.
Well,
I don't even think that.
Yeah, but here's the argument. I mean, let's try to see if I can get you guys to understand what I'm coming from on this.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that what you're saying is that you've proven that it's a popular film, which it is. It's a very popular film, but it is not the best film of all time because it is very popular. That's like saying the best TV show is the one that's the most popular.
Well, the best TV show doesn't have everything. Go ahead, Matt.
Besides, you know this, that the best film of all time is Chappie.
Yeah, no, we've discussed that.
We're going to bring up Chappie. Okay, we'll bring up Chappie.
Wait a minute. It wasn't the best. It was among the best. It was the 20th best?
I think it was 15.
I haven't seen Chappie since we did that little segment years ago.
We fucking ruined it.
You did. You ruined it. Ryan, do you agree with him on that?
That Chappie's the 20th best film of all time?
No. That was my list, and they make fun of me for it.
Wait, I don't think Ryan was there for that.
No, he wasn't.
He made an argument that Chappie was the 20th best film of all time.
In my opinion, my list, yeah.
And we were like, objectively? And he said, yes, objectively. And then we asked him, why is it the best? And he's like, because it affected me. I was like, no, objectively, it's the best. Yes. Why? Because it affected me. It was fucking amazing. It was maybe one of my favorite moments. I still think of that sometimes and laugh because that was like 5 years ago. Boring. It was amazing.
All right. Well, that also had Sigourney Weaver. With anything Sigourney Weaver in, I'm going to watch. So that's just me.
Does anything with Sigourney Weaver make it one of the best films of all time?
I mean, anything with Sarah Paulson makes me happy too. I mean, she's one of the reasons why I checked out Bird Box. So anyway, let's go back to You Hate It, We Love It. Ryan, I remember that you introduced us to a movie that you loved that people hated, and I agree with the people that hate it. You introduced us to, I believe it was you. It was Barry Monday. Oh
yeah, no, that's a wonderful film. We actually watched that today in our little movie marathon. Yeah,
that was terrible.
Oh no, it's not. It's not like a great movie by any stretch, but I find it immensely enjoyable.
Okay, I mean,
it gives people actors who don't normally. I mean, Patrick Wilson has somewhat of a high profile, but it gives actors who don't normally get a chance to be in the lead role. They get these opportunities, and it's great. Plus, I've liked Judy Greer for since I was a kid. Because I'm pretty sure she's the first pair of tits I've ever seen. Now, I don't want to say that in a derogatory sense. Just, I was, what planet are you from? I was 10, but ever since then, I've been enamored with Judy Greer. Plus, she's a wonderful actress, so she's got that going for her.
Kate Winslet was mine, by the way, in Titanic. Just to go for.
Is that why you think Titanic's the best movie of all time? Because it's PG-13, it's got tits in it.
You know what? I don't think about Kate Winslet, but for the first couple of years I did because I was 10 years old when that came out. So yeah, that was amazing. Yep.
Yeah, highly recommend Barry Monday if you guys want to. Barry Monday.
Now, Chad, did you bring in a movie for this? You Hate It, We Love It. What was your movie?
Shoot. Yeah, I did. I don't remember what I did though. I know I did The Village.
You did do The Village, and you brought in and you brought in another one. You did The Box, The Village, and The Box.
The Box, yeah. And I mean, I like The Village. The story's a little messed up. The story's not that good, or the script rather. But I think the cinematography, which is actually Roger Deakins, and the The soundtrack's really good. There's a lot of things that I like about the movie, but yeah, I did it. I brought it in because it was like the first M. Night Shyamalan movie where people were like, "Okay, he's not that good, guys." And
He's great now, though.
I mean, yeah, he's good. He's what he's been the entire time. But people, for a while there, thought, there was like articles at the time, like, "Oh, he's the next Steven Spielberg," and after Sixth Sense, and that's probably a little unfair,
Yeah, but Shyamalan split, and I'm going to say possibly Glass Shyamalan is a lot better than Airbender and The Happening.
Well, yeah. Well, wait a minute. You once said that you loved The Happening, and you considered it one of your favorites.
Yes, I did. The opinion really hasn't really changed. I just think that it was just a movie that was not made for the time. Like, if it was released in the 50s, 60s, then it would have been perfect. But Bird Box did it better, because that's what Bird Box is, essentially.
You know what's weird is I've heard that comparison. I don't want to get on talking about Bird Box, but I've heard that comparison, but not as many The Quiet Place comparisons.
Yeah, I heard a lot of Quiet Place. Yeah, my wife compared it to Quiet Place.
I watched Bird Box and then watched A Quiet Place with my parents over Christmas, and they're basically, they're pretty damn similar.
Pretty much, yeah. And then we also had a movie that Movie Guys Podcast reviewed a year or two ago called Don't Breathe. This is the new age of horror, right? Our senses now is what we're going after.
I like Don't Breathe and A Quiet Place. And Bird Box is okay.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's okay.
So, Ryan, why did you want to talk about You Hate It, We Love It? Did you really like that segment? Did you like that idea? Did you wish the show continued on?
Well, it was a fun little thing to do. Because if you guys go back, I don't know if it's still posted anywhere, if it's on like archive.com or something. The episode for the Postman, we rip into that for a good hour and a half. It's like, I know we get on the Wikipedia page and start reading the synopsis of the book it's based off of, and it's like, it's completely different. The only aspect he takes is that it's a post-apocalyptic world, and this guy stole a postman's uniform to survive. Other than that, everything else is different. Like, there's some robot he has to fight, and he has to take down some mega corporation and all this stuff. It's really weird.
Wait, so Tom Petty's not in the book?
He's not. I've never read the book, but according to the Wikipedia synopsis, I don't remember him being in it.
That is shocking.
How are you guys on Tom Petty? I don't get it. Anyway, good to you, Ryan. Go ahead.
This scene is funny.
What? Go ahead. Say your piece.
The scene is funny because Tom Petty comes out and he goes, "You're in his like southern like surfer drawl. He's like, "You're famous, man." And he goes, "No, you're famous, man." And then there's like that moment where you're like, are they suggesting that this is the real Tom Petty in post-apocalyptic fucking America? Like, whose weird fucking idea was that?
Kevin Costner's.
He's a crazy person.
The man drunk on power. That's what that is.
He also gave us Waterworld. That's a classic, right?
No, it's not.
I know it's not.
Is that a joke?
Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah, it's a joke.
Okay, thank God.
11-year-old Jordan loved it, but 32-year-old Jordan is like, oh my God, this is a mess. Dry land's not a myth. Chad, you did that for 6 months straight. You just randomly would scream at your desk. Dry land's not a myth.
Did I really?
No reason. Oh, I remember, because I would be in my office and you just scream it. It's like, what are you doing? Oh God,
probably just to fuck with you.
Probably, because I don't like that movie. So Ivan Podcast ended at the end of the 6-year run. At the end of season 6, Ivan Podcast is officially done, and so is You Hate It, We Love It. We only did, I think, maybe less than 10 episodes of that. But then years go on, and Max, Chad, and Ryan and myself decided that we were going to get together and we're going to do a show called the Projectionless Podcast. And I believe this was pretty much your guys' idea, meaning all three of your idea, right? I was kind of along for the ride on this one. This was not my baby. This was your guys' idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, because I think we tried to do some, like, video blog stuff, and that didn't work because I only had one camera, and nobody really wanted to edit it together. So I think this came out of that. So I think Max had he had a Tumblr page, but I can't remember which one it was. If it was Albatross Flashfire, the one, the Night of the Hunter one.
Oh god, no! It was the second one. It was I can feel myself getting awful mad. Yeah. Do not remind me that I named a blog Albatross Flashfire. What the fuck does that mean?
I can't remember what it was. I remember you came up with the name because I asked, because it was me and Zach were trying to come up with the name for something, and we asked you, and we're like, and I kept saying the first thing that pops in your head, and you're just like Albatross Flashfire, and you explained what it meant, and then I called you pretentious, and you said I know, and you named a blog after it.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So how did I get involved into the Projectionless podcast? Do you guys remember?
Well, I mean, we had started doing reviews. I mean, Max had his blogs, and we did like the video reviews, as Ryan said. And then Max and I started writing for this kind of blog thing. A guy that I used to go to school with in high school, well, not in high school actually, before high school, talked to me about doing like a film page on his like blog thing, and it was called The Projection List. Like he had started writing like stuff for The Projection List, and then he asked us, and I was like, well, can I have my friend Max? And then after I asked Max, Ryan came on and got involved, and then he kind of just closed the site down, and it had been up for a long time, and he just kind of closed the site down, and we said, well, let's just keep fucking doing it. And then we kind of decided, well, why don't we do a podcast? And in deciding, well, let's do a podcast, we realized that between the three of us, there was no wild card, and we needed a wild card. We needed somebody who would come on and give a John Lennon quote that had the N-word in it, so that we could all go, no, because we needed that. We needed to spice things up. And
why don't you just say that you needed an asshole? That's all you needed.
No, it's not an asshole. We needed a wild card. We needed somebody who was going to say that Chappie was one of the 20. We needed somebody who's going to get us going. And you were the guy.
Ryan, do you concur on this?
No, I do. I agree. That because we all sat down, we realized we are different, but not different enough in like how we present our opinions, and that you'll say whatever the fuck comes into your head. It created a nice diversity. Plus, I think you had a mixer at that time as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that was beneficial. Not to say we used you for your equipment, but like that was an added plus.
Yeah, it's probably true. Probably, which is fine, because a show like Projectionless is a show that I would typically not be on. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, this was definitely your guys' thing, your guys' baby, and I can understand why you guys say that I am the wild card, and your explanations of who I am and my personality when it comes to podcasting is pretty spot on. Not offended. It's true.
Okay, good. No, I don't mean it in any bad way. We meant it as like we needed somebody who wasn't just going to sit here and talk quietly, but somebody who was going to like say something like.
You needed a character.
We needed somebody who was going to say something interesting that we could bounce like shit off of.
Interesting or stupid? There's a fine line.
I don't think it was. I mean, I don't think you can say it's stupid to think that Chappie is one of the 28 greatest movies of all time. But it is like a contrary opinion to what is typical, and we, for the most part, have we have pretty close views. So you were going to come in and say stuff that was exciting. You know, you were like the close up of the murder on the news. You were the exciting part.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
because like I could be like the wild card on shows about some things, because like I'm a fucking weirdo kind of, but not about movies for some reason. Like movies, I just take very seriously, and I know you do too. But like the way I talk about movies is much more reserved than the way I talk about anything else. So yeah, it was very important for the dynamic. I
Well,
feel like you were essential to the dynamic.
Well, I think the difference between myself and you three is that you guys pretty much hit it on the nose when it comes to something like the projection list. Is you guys generally do have different opinions on films, but overall, like Ryan said, you guys do agree uh, majority on certain opinions, and I see film in a completely different light. And certain films do some stuff for me when other. Like, I'll give you an example. I don't understand when people think Gone with the Wind is great. I think it's terrible.
Whoa.
I don't think it's great. But I do love Schindler's List. I just what other ones that are classics? The reason why I say because I just watched it like 3 months ago, so it's fresh in my mind. Schindler's List. I don't like the sound of music. I hate musicals. I don't like anything musicals at all. I just not a musical guy. But you give me Team America World Police, I'll watch that shit. You give me The Book of Mormon, I love that shit. That's a musical I can get behind. Sound of Music, can't do it. Not a fan. Like everybody for some reason loves A Christmas Story during Christmas, and I'd rather watch Die Hard.
Yeah, I
So,
would too, definitely.
because Christmas Story is kind of played out. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but it's kind of like played out. So, projection list started. Ryan, can you please give a description about what was the projection list and how was the show structured and what did we talk about?
So, I mean, the projection list was, I want to say it was kind of, no, because it wasn't a review show. We had it, because I made the schedule, and I broke it down. Each week we had our own our own show where it was led by each individual host. So each person had a block of 4 episodes where they got to do whatever they wanted. So I know Jordan did Bond, leading up to watching Spectre that came out in 2015.
Yep.
Because we would do a block, and then we'd do a new movie that came out in theaters, and then I think we'd do a rando, and then another block, and just keep going that way until we had the whole schedule filled out. And then we had random episodes where we could do whatever we wanted. We could watch any movie; didn't have to pertain to anything. Because I think my random one, we did American Psycho, and we talked about satire and how people don't really understand what that is. And then we would watch new movies. So it's kind of you got a sense of who each host was through their picks. The ones we got to the 4 episode block. Because I think if I remember correctly, Chad did new filmmakers, and we would just talk about. We would watch the first film. Sorry, not new filmmakers. First film. So we watched like popular filmmakers, their first films, and we just talked about their progression. Because we would generally use the movies as a launching off point to talk about something different, if I recall correctly. And then I skewed the whole thing and did like game shows, I do believe, or like I did. No, one of them was debates. That's right. We did debates where you 3 debated topics that I came up with.
You love debates.
I think it's fun to hear people's differing opinions. That's what makes us a nice society. How everybody's not the same. We did, verses where we went in depth about Man of Steel versus Superman 78.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the rest of them, but I thought it was a fun show that we did because it wasn't. It didn't feel like a typical movie review thing where like we had a movie, and then we would use that to branch off to a wider topic.
I remember we did The Visit, which was that a Shyamalan movie?
Yep.
Yeah, that was his first comeback movie.
I remember we did that. I remember that movie very well, and the only reason why I remember that we did the movie very well, the reason why I remember the movie very well is because I moved into my house in August of 2015, and then October, you guys came over, and my wife and I, no child at this point, We woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning and we watched The Visit. And then you guys came over at 10:30 in the morning. And I just moved in and my garage did not have insulation or heat or nothing. And here we are in my garage, just me smoking cigarettes left and right in a cold garage, shivering. I remember that. I also remember that we did a guest host with my brother, and we did the Evil Dead. Was it Evil Dead 1 and 2?
We did the whole series.
Yeah, God,
We did all 4 of them.
God, those movies still suck. I remember that. I remember going to Chad's and Max's house a lot in Bowling Green, and we would sit there for what? It was like a 3-4 hour recording session. We would do different episodes, right?
Yeah, I think we tried to record a whole month in one setting if we could.
I remember we were excited about Suicide Squad or something, or am I thinking of something else?
No, I don't think we did Suicide Squad. We did Batman vs Superman.
That's what it was. Batman vs Superman. And that movie was absolutely god damn.
I fucking love that movie.
Of course. Why?
I just want to say that.
No, you don't.
I love it because it's really fucking weird. It's such a bizarre movie, and it does feel like it's one of the most comic booky superhero movies ever. I think it really does feel like you're just reading some like weird graphic novel where all this crazy, unexpected shit keeps happening, and it's ridiculous, and the script is bizarre. But I feel like that lends it a lot of like personality and character. I don't know.
Personality and character, meaning that Batman and Superman become friends because their mothers have the same name.
Okay, would you like me to defend that scene in detail? Because that's one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
You know what? We have time. Why not? Go ahead.
All right, the Martha scene. Like, I remember sitting in the movie theater when the Martha scene was happening and smiling and being like, that's a really nice moment. I enjoy that. And then I went home and people were ripping it apart. For me, what's great about the Martha scene, is number one, well, I mean, me personally, first of all, I never noticed their mothers had the same name, because in Superman, they always refer to her as Ma. She's just Ma Kent. So I never really thought about it. So that was a nice little moment. But I also like it because of what it represents. Because it represents, Batman, him viewing Superman as this, like, intergalactic menace, like this weird alien creature who could wipe out humanity with a snap. But I feel like in that moment, that's the moment when he realizes that Superman, I mean, he spent his entire life on Earth. He is basically a human. He's just a guy like him, a guy who loves his mother, and a guy who's maybe about to lose his mother. And Batman knows what that's like, and he doesn't want, as much as, he hated Superman before that point, he doesn't want anybody else to feel that pain. And that's what he realizes in that moment. So I think it's a very sweet moment. I don't know.
Ryan, Chad, got anything to add to that?
I mean, I think Batman vs Superman's an okay movie. I don't really care for it all that much, but I do think it's more interesting than watching most of the Marvel movies. I don't think it's as fun to watch, but it's definitely a more interesting movie.
Chad?
Yeah, I mean, Max and I remember walking out of that theater with my girlfriend at the time, and she fucking hated it, and Max and I were like, "What are you talking about? It's amazing. It's so fucking weird." And like, I mean, it is like the script is pretty bad. There's a lot of problems with it. The Doomsday fight is completely unnecessary. There's like a shit ton of things that are wrong with it, but I love, as Max said, I love that it actually feels like some weird graphic novel. And as somebody who actually reads comics, and I'm not saying that everybody who hates that movie doesn't read comics and they're not real comic book fans, but like as somebody who reads comics, it for me felt like a movie that was made it felt like a comic book.
Well, it was better than Batman. It was better than Justice League. We'll say that.
I do like it more than Justice League.
I mean, I do enjoy it more, but I don't hate Justice League either.
No, neither do I.
Oof.
I don't know. A lot of people say that movie is like humorless and shit, and I don't see how you can say that a movie where Lex Luthor force feeds a guy a Jolly Rancher as a way of threatening him as humorless.
Oh my! I can't continue because that's true. That happens. That does happen. Ah!
Like
I
he
remember.
threatens one character with a Jolly Rancher and another character with a jar of pee. Like, come on.
Like Howard Hughes. I remember, Chad, you probably don't remember this, and Ryan, I think you were there for this, but during the iPhone Podcast Halloween retrospective series, our last episode was Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 remake, and I remember all of us shitting on it, and Chad, you going to bat for the movie and got pretty verbally upset that we did not like this movie. Do you remember this?
I don't remember getting verbally upset.
Oh, you were like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is great.
Was I angry all the time? Was that what I was? Was I just an angry person?
According to you guys, I was easy to poke and prod, and I was always pissed. I just remember you just really defending that movie, and I just remember you just went off. Like, what are you talking about? I just remember that. That was fun to me. That was not. Yeah, you don't remember that?
I mean, I it's been a while since I've seen it, so I can't sit here and say, "Oh, I was right then." But I do remember some elements of the movie, which was that it was like kind of weird, and it had some like otherworldly elements to it. Like there was a fucking white horse, and his mom is a ghost, and I could see liking that. I mean, I know that it is kind of you could say that it's shitting on the the source material by doing that, but I think it's kind of an interesting reimagining of it. I mean, I haven't seen it forever, so I don't really know what my points were back then, but of what I remember of it, I know that I would probably like that. I mean, I remember liking that stuff about it, that it had this weird otherworldly element. And like, again, I'm not right. I just like that weird shit. I like ghosts and stuff. I like weird, bizarre shit in like more typical genre films. I don't know, like the stuff in Batman, like the scene in Batman vs Superman where Flash like appears in front of him as like a fucking ghost of Christmas past. Like, everybody else thinks that's dumb, but I thought it was fucking amazing.
Oh, wow. Ryan?
Yeah, like a similar thing happened this year with The Predator, where people hated it because it took a shit on the franchise, and that's why I liked it. You know, I don't know. I think people need to take more risks with these like big budget, serious franchises and just calm down.
Yeah, but they fail every time when they do that. That's my 2 cents in it. They fail. Stick to the formula because that's what people want, and that's what gets butts in the seats, and that's what makes you get more movies, a la Alien Covenant, because they failed.
Yeah, and I mean that's a fair point. I know you want to change the subject, but like, I don't know, like, why do because we get mad when we get the same thing too, because that was the biggest complaint with the fucking reboot of the J.J. Abrams Star Wars film. It's the same thing, and then they changed it, and people were like, "Oh, it's fucking totally different. What's wrong with you?" People just don't know. You cannot make a fucking movie now. Also, I think it is artistically fucking pointless. Like, artistically fucking pointless to just keep doing the same thing. And I get that, like, the goal of these film companies is to make money, but, like, at the expense of, like, fucking turning everybody into, like, fucking zombies who just want regurgitated shit? I don't know.
Okay, fine. You know what? We'll go with the dog and fight because you definitely pinched a nerve on this one. And I'm interested in what Ryan has to say about this one, too. You definitely pinched a nerve. So, okay, here's my thing. Yes, studios, Universal Studios, 20th Century Fox, blah, 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 they're all in it to make money. If it wasn't for them making money, we would not have the films that we have today. So we get that. However, though, they do take a lot of risk when it comes to small budget or independent films, and sometimes those small independent films, depending on what they are, become successful. Like I said, Alien's my favorite franchise. Alien was an independent film. Really, it wasn't independent, but it was a small budget little film that wasn't expected to become what it has become. Same with the slasher genres. They weren't planning on making sequels of Friday the 13th, Michael and Freddy. They just did the movie and it grew. So when it comes to my argument of the reason why I say pinch the nerve is because when you say that you have zombies, when it comes to big Hollywood franchises, you got to zombify the audience because that's what they want. People's arguments about Star Wars, I think, are granted because I think people on Force Awakens are more not, oh, it's the same. It's more of a, oh, God, finally. Let's forget about 1, 2, and 3. This is great. Oh, I'm back in Star Wars world. This is nice. This is great.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people did like that movie. But the complaints of it were that it was a reiteration of what had come before.
And is that bad? It's better than The Last Jedi. I mean, it was good.
See, and again, I disagree. I think The Last Jedi is an interesting fucking movie, but I don't think most people, I feel like if The Last Jedi was just like I feel like if The Last Jedi was like an anime movie, people would be obsessed with it the way they are obsessed with fucking like other movies of that genre. Because I think it is like a really well-made movie with some flaws, obviously, but that it is a good movie. But then it is because it is in this series, therefore there are expectations given to it that no matter what, like people are going to be upset about.
Well, I'm upset about my argument. My ending closure argument about this is, so we can move to another subject, is you don't take a great film franchise like Alien and make a prequel, and then you say it's not on the same planet, and then you make a sequel to the prequel and say that the reason we have aliens is because it's the girl from the last movie's vagina. Then you
agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you find out that the android David kills Shaw and takes her lady bits and makes the fucking egg. Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
do the fucking formula. Get fucking Colonial Marines. Get a guy that says game over. Let's have a little kid in peril. Let's have facehuggers. Come on.
But isn't that even that series' like formula? Because that series started as a horror franchise, and then James Cameron came in and did what James Cameron did, and I don't like that movie, but I do at least applaud that he tried something different.
It gave Ripley a great arc. That movie's amazing. I mean, that movie gave Ripley a better arc than the first movie, but anyway.
I don't really like that movie. I think it's a weird bastardization of the first movie, and it is totally James Cameron, which is just not for me. I'm not a big James Cameron fan. Also, I'm really not a big action fan, so that's. But like what I was saying was is the James Cameron thing even that series is like blueprint.
How about this? Let's continue with the show. After we get done recording, I want to talk about the Alien franchise with you and Max, Chad, because we're going to talk. But anyway, Ryan, before we close out the show here, since this is your first part out of another segment, you're coming in later. Is there any fun stories that you remember from iPhone Podcast or anything from Hey I Like Thing that we haven't covered? That you really remember, or something that you really liked, or something you wanted to share of being a part of podcasting for 2010, so 9 years, eight years.
I mean, I haven't really done it like continuously for that length of time. I've only done I was only officially a part of 2 podcasts. I know me and Max tried to do one, but it kind of fell apart due to like the move and financial stuff.
It was my fault. It was all my fault.
That's not a problem.
I'm a monster.
But like, it's fun to sit around with friends and bullshit, and talk about things that we're all interested in. Because I just think it's great that like we all have differing opinions. Some more fierce than others, but like it doesn't really change the relationships that we have and stuff. It's pretty neat. Funny story in terms of funny stories, not a whole lot that I can remember. There are a lot on the projection list just because that was the one I was most invested in. Podpast, that's in the future, but so I'll get to those stuff when we talk about Podpast. But I do remember there was one instance, me and my wife now then girlfriend, a joke that we have every time somebody does gets something wrong. There is, I can't remember what episode it is, but Jordan is going on this passionate rant about
Here we
some
go.
movie, and he says, I can't remember what is said, but at the end of it, he says they really missed the shark on that one.
Yeah, jump the shark is what I meant, of course.
Jump the shark, missed the boat, but they really missed the shark on that one. But you're so into your speech and your monologue and your defense of whatever we were talking about, and you say it with such a smug expression as so that was just the capper. And my wife then girlfriend was sitting in the same room while we were doing it, and when you said "Missed the Shark," we picked on you about it. We went after we tore you apart over it. But now me and my wife, every time somebody does something wrong, we'll just like look at each other, shake our head, and go, "You really missed the shark on that one, huh?"
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I think my favorite memory from doing projection list was when we were doing the Star Wars Holiday Special, and it was the moment when Ryan realized that I had written actual questions for it. You remember that?
I do remember being confused.
There was
Like,
this
how is
realization.
there any depth to that thing?
Yeah.
By the way, Max told me the other day, speaking of the Star, that he has seen that movie, the Holiday Special, more than he has seen any of the other Star Wars movies. He's seen it 5 times.
Why?
That is true.
Why?
That is true. I've seen Empire Strikes Back 3 times, so I've seen the Holiday Special the most.
I don't know what to say on this. I don't.
Like, are you talking about all the way through, or are you talking about bits and pieces? Because I can understand maybe watching the cantina bit and watching the grandpa watches porn,
Yeah.
and then the mass sacrifice at the end. But other than that,
No, all the way through. I mean, now and then I'll skip some things like the B. Arthur volcano head scene just because I find it kind of sad. But yeah, for the most part, all the way through. And I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've watched like the song porn scene and all that, and it's got some great stuff in it.
Thank you for listening. Where do I go from? What do I do with my hands right now?
Do you want me to list more dogs and sausages?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Well, Ryan, Max, and Chad, thank you so much for joining me on this third segment, part 3 of our 10-year special. We're just here celebrating 10 years of podcasting that we have done collectively as a group. We started, like I said, in 2009, my brother and our friend Josh, and it has grown to what it has become now, and it's just really, really cool to be a part of it, and it's really cool to do shows with these guys and other guys in these other segments that we're going to be doing. So thank you, Max, Chad, and Ryan, for joining me, and stay tuned for the next episode, because Ryan will be back for our Podpest episode with Brother Brandon. But this is the last time we're going to hear from Chad and Max. So, Max, I'm going to go give the floor to you. You have anything you want to say before the audience, this is your kind of send-off here?
Yeah, sure. I'll think of some things to say. I mean, I did really enjoy doing this. I mean, especially the projection list, because I was kind of, on the ground floor of that one more than any of the I Open Pictures ones, which I enjoyed doing, but that was very infrequent. Yeah, and I do want to say publicly, even though it's weird, that me and Ryan were trying to do a thing, and it was back in the days of MoviePass, which was, I used to go see like 5 movies a week for $10 a month, then it was the most glorious time of my life. And now that dream is dead, and I just didn't really have the money or the time to continue that. But I do want to continue podcasting with you guys in the future because I do really enjoy it. And not to announce anything. I don't want to announce anything, but me and Chat were talking about it a little bit, how fun it would be to do it again. And so just I guess thank you for the good times.
Well, thank you for being part of the show, Max. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for being a part of everything that we've done in these past 10 years. Chad, do you have anything you want to say to the audience as your little send-off here?
I mean, I guess reiterating what I said the other day, it's been a lot of fun, and as Max pointed out, I'd like to keep doing it because I missed it. Like, we did it for such a long time, and then we did it, apart from the whole iOpen thing, under the Frank's Fluids or iOpen umbrella. And I don't know. I want to get back to it. It was fun. We stopped doing it for some reason, and I have free time, so I'd love to do it again.
Well, Ryan, this is not going to be your last segment, but if anything you want to say to anybody before we go on to the next segment here.
I mean, I do miss. Some of the most fun I've had was on the projection list. I thought that was in terms of critical thinking, I guess, sort of exploratory stuff. The best series I've been a part of, and I had a lot of fun doing it. I wouldn't mind doing something similar to that again. I mean, because I got time as well.
Well, all of us have a lot of time, it seems like. But thank you, everybody, so much for listening to us here in the Movie Guys Verse. And if you like this episode, like I say at the end of every episode, check Movie Guys Podcast out at movieguyspodcast.com, movieguyspodcast.podme.com. Check us on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. Just search for Movie Guys Podcast. And also download this episode and many others on iTunes, on iHeartRadio, on Spotify. Just search for Movie Guys Podcast. You'll be able to find this episode and other episodes a part of the 10-year special. Thank you so much, Ryan, Max, and Chad. And we'll talk to everybody for the next segment. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.